It's Monday morning. What's going on, Capital XTRA Breakfast? Thank you very much for hanging out with us. Robert Bruce and Shayna Marie, and we are joined by
a lady who has been on screen alongside Jamie Foxx, Daniel Kaluuya, and Billie Eilish.
a 90s baby, New Yorker born and raised, perfect for the film she's about to tell us about.
One of the stars of the brand new Transformers: Rise of the Beast. It's Dominique Fishback.
Thank you. Oh, that's nice. Thank you for all the love. Thank you.
Dominique, what's good? First of all, are you a morning person?
Depends.
What does it depend on?
Depends on the day. I don't know. I feel like sometimes I am. I have a morning routine that I get to, but you know, we've been traveling so much. We've been in Singapore, Mexico City, New York, Atlanta, here. So it's been a lot of different time zones. So I don't even know what day it is.
We have our morning routines, right?
Yeah.
But one of the key parts of our morning, I feel like our morning starts once our breakfast gets here.
Yes.
What do you have for breakfast?
I had a veggie omelet,
Nice.
pescatarian, and I had some hash browns. And some peppermint tea.
Yes. That's
I
like
had a peppermint tea today.
this is like
You
our
did?
studio.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Dude, I always had a jam sandwich, and they always laugh at me for it.
Why?
Because
Isn't
it's
it?
like it's a bit childish.
Jam. Yeah, I don't really like. Was it jam like peanut butter and jelly or something?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
jelly is jam here,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's just jam sandwich.
Okay.
Like it's like a
yeah.
kid lunchbox.
Definitely.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave now.
Robert is childish. So Dominique, Transformers: Rise of the Beast is out in cinemas now.
Yes.
It is the 7th installment of the Transformers franchise. How does it feel to be part of such a wicked legacy?
I mean, I'm still kind of pinching myself. I won't know. I think when we do these press tours, you're in a bubble and you don't really get to interact with fans. But usually there's somebody like shooing you away. But then in your regular life, when you trying to go to the store, I think that's when I realized that I did Transformers. But I watched Transformers. I watched the first one. I was a Disney kid. I liked a lot of Even Stevens, Shia LaBeouf. So I watched him go from like a TV star to a movie star via Transformers. So I always wanted to act, so I was like, okay, I got to do something like that. But I didn't imagine that it would actually be Transformers, so
It's crazy.
No, that's
Put it
fine.
out in the atmosphere.
yeah.
Came back to
absolutely,
you.
You're doing it. You're doing it.
Thank
We
you.
saw that you like to journal
I do.
as your character, and then you give the notes to the director, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you do? Is there anything you would have changed about the film from your journaling and from all of that? Or
Ooh,
you
you trying to get me in trouble.
No, I'm not trying to get you in trouble, but
No, I mean, definitely. I think nothing is perfect, and I'm not the writer, nor am I the director or editor. So, everybody has their own vision and what they feel they want to get across. I love that Elena is extremely smart and she has her own thing going on, which was important to me. But also, I'm like, she deserves to be loved and desired, and I would want to see her and Noah be together eventually. But I also think that there's something really nice about dragging it out a bit, like having the audience get to know them as individuals and liking them for who they are, and then kind of all of a sudden be like, well, why isn't Noah and Elena together? You know, as opposed to getting it all in the first one. So I understand that, but I'm more like, you know, like, why she gotta be successful and manless, you know?
Yeah.
We don't gotta perpetuate that story no more.
So we are at Capital XTRA HQ in Leicester Square in London right now, and we had a huge Optimus Prime and a Kong-sized metal gorilla in the square ahead of the film's release. Like, it was massive.
Yes.
How do you find acting in such action-packed scenes and then the robots and stuff are added in post-scene? Is it like weird? Is like spatial awareness off? Like, how is it?
No, I think it's weird to actually see it and know that like nothing was there the whole time. They put tennis balls on the stick for Optimus' height or Bumblebee, and then we rehearse, and then they go rolling and they remove it out. They say, "You got it? You remember?" So now we have to remember where RC is, where Air Rays is flying, and Anthony and I have to kind of watch it at the same time without looking at each other. That's probably like the hardest part, but it's just a lot of technicality with the camera and again with the size. If I'm walking alongside Optimus Primal, the gorilla, then the spatial awareness has to be specific. So definitely.
even hearing you describe these sort of things, it really feels like you was in it in the moment. I could just imagine what that must have been like in your mind, and the names that you're working with as well. I think Pete Davidson, Joe Yo, and then Anthony Ramos as well. What was your favorite like memory from this whole filming process?
Me and Anthony just had a really good time. We're both from Brooklyn and we were friends before the movie. And we always wanted to do something really big and epic in Brooklyn together. And we just never knew that the universe was conspiring all of this time. About 5 years ago, we started talking about that. So to get to do it with him and like look over on those hard days and just stare at them and just laugh, it was really, really special.
We were going to ask you because you are from Brooklyn and the film
100%.
starts out in Brooklyn, a true New Yorker, and we are celebrating 50 years of hip hop on Capital XTRA this summer. So, as a true New Yorker, babe, what is your favorite hip hop track of all time? Big question for a New Yorker. I know. I'm sorry. And why?
Of all time?
All time.
I mean, I'm always gonna pick Juicy by Biggie. I mean, obviously he's from Brooklyn, and you know the idea of it. You know, it started off. It was all a dream. I used to read whatever magazine, and so like I think about my childhood. You know, I think about the fact that I wanted to act and didn't know how to do it. My family didn't know how to get me into it, and I just said I got to do that. And now I'm here talking to you guys about it. So it was all a dream. But then also another Biggie song is like Hypnotize. Like when the beat drop is just crazy. Yeah, sicker than your average. Like it's just like it's fire.
While we've got you, want to talk about Swarm, the new Amazon
please.
series. You star in it with Billie Eilish, Chloe Bailey, Donald Glover is the director too. I was hooked from maybe 15 minutes in. Like I was like, I think I binged it in 27 hours.
Oh, I love
like
it.
I ran through it. How did you find working with actors who also make music? Do you find them more creative? Is it like a vibe on set? Are they singing music, playing unreleased songs maybe? What is it like?
No, really, I think, at least for this bunch, everybody is very specific about the task at hand. So it's almost like, it's not like I'm working with a bunch of musicians. I'm working with actors, and I respect them as such. So I don't really ask them a lot of questions about it. Music is something that I've always wanted to do. It's a big dream of mine, but I never really knew where my voice stood. So it's something that I've been exploring. So to continue to be put into areas and situations and projects with musicians is really inspiring for me. But I don't layer that on for them because I understand what it means to like focus and be here in the present moment for the project.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about like, if you were to do music, what would be your vibe? What would your artist name even be? Like,
I got my artist name already.
You do? Can you share?
Yeah,
Can you share?
it's Dom XTRA.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's Dom X for sure. So Dom XTRA means that I could do anything that I want to do. I have this tag, the heroine with 1,000 faces, because I never wanted to be put into a box. I played basketball in high school. I was prom queen. I was valedictorian. I was into theater. Like I did a lot of things, and I never felt like I could fit into a clique. Like I think that there's so many layers to all of us, and so Dom XTRA. Although people might know me for acting more, before acting, people knew me as a spoken word poet in New York. So, so that's etc. It's Dom plus all this other etc., all the things that I ever want to do, whether it's painting, writing my poetry book, making an album, creating a documentary. All of the things that I want to do can be umbrellaed under that name.
some people say like, find your tribe, but you are the tribe.
Oh, thank you.
What would your artist vibe be like?
The first cover I ever did was Song Cry by Jay-Z. And I play keys.
Sick.
And I keep the hook the same, but I make the verses my own. So it's a very spoken word, rhyming on the softness with the piano. But I love Lauryn Hill's MTV Unplugged album.
Okay.
And so when I make an EP, I think it's definitely paying homage to Miss Lauryn Hill.
Oh my God, I can't wait. Thank you. Can't wait. Transformers. The film is called Rise of the Beast, and we mentioned some of the beasts that you've worked with in the industry, including, of course, Jamie Foxx. Now, he was in Project Power with you. When I last spoke to you on the show, it was on Zoom, and it was like lockdown times.
Yeah.
But through Zoom, you guys were like best friends.
No.
Like, it was so beautiful to witness. What's the best piece of advice that he's given you, or wisdom maybe, in your career so far?
I just love Jamie. I really, really do. I will say, I just did something really, really small. We were doing all these Zoom things, and, people call me Dom, and that's okay. But when the woman was like, oh, do you want it to be Dom or Dominique? And I was like, oh, it doesn't matter. He was like, no, Dominique Fishback, period. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, it meant something. That was really interesting. But I think most of all, when I was on set, we didn't have a lot of time to rehearse, and like the scenes would change a lot. And so people would be like, oh, you're so good, it's so good. And I would feel like I didn't do anything. And so I was like, am I coasting? I feel like I'm coasting. Like, am I going to wake up a month from now and feel like I wasted this opportunity? Like, am I giving all I can to each scene? And I asked Jamie, like, does it ever just get easy for you? Or are you always, like, nervous or feel like there's a challenge? He said there's a difference between a movie and a film. And he said, but, like, do you watch basketball? I'm like, sometimes. He says, when Steph Curry runs down the court and he shoots a 3 and it goes in, he doesn't question himself as to why it went in. It's because he's been doing it for so long. And it's the same for you. You've been doing it so long, so you don't have to question it. And yeah, they say it takes it's like 10,000 hours to be And I've been acting since I was 15 years old. I started acting and writing at the same time in a theater company, and I'm 32. So, and when I was doing Project Power, I was about 28, 29. So I already did like 10,000 hours to be able to trust myself and trust the gift that God gave me.
Well, can we get some clicks?
Honestly, that's beautiful.
You guys call it clicks.
Yeah.
Snaps?
What'd you call it? Snaps.
Yeah, snaps.
Snaps.
Not finger. We don't say finger
Finger
snaps.
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 It's just snap.
Clicks.
Clicks and the snaps are happening.
I like clicks. That's swag. I like it.
Now, Dominique, as you are familiar with being around Transformers, we spoke earlier about that. We thought we'd play a little game with you. Does that sound good?
Oh my God. Do not quiz me on some Transformers stuff. Please. Okay, let's go.
No. You're all good. You're all good.
Okay.
As we love hip hop and R&B here at Capital Extra, we thought we could transform some of our favorite tracks. Now, all you got to do is tell us who is the artist behind the song that we have transformed.
Oh my God.
How does that sound?
I'm going to embarrass myself. Let's go.
You got this. Pop your headphones, on. All right, take a listen to Transformer track number 1.
Is it On My Soul?
No.
Oh.
I'll give you a clue. He's from Canada.
Drake?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know the song for a bonus point?
Oh, wait. Is it in the movie or is it just in the soundtrack?
It's just a song.
Just a song.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's not in.
Yeah.
It's not in Transformers.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
You
Sorry.
got the answer right
I was
already, but we're just
thinking-
pressing you.
I thought you guys were saying that it was like something from our movie that I was.
Just any hip hop song.
You did get the artist right. Here it is.
Passionate from miles
Oh, okay.
away. Passive with the things you say.
Yeah. Okay.
Passion Fruit, Drake is the answer right there. We
Definitely.
said artist, so you've got it. Well, yeah, Passion Fruit was
We'll
the
give you
title.
that one.
We'll give you that one. We'll
So
give you that
nice.
one. All right, are you ready for track number 2?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, okay. Beyonce. You want to break my soul?
Say again.
Beyonce.
Let's have a listen.
You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul. You won't break my soul.
You was quick on that one. Still.
At first, it started to sound like the first one when it was like kind of getting all, but then it cleared up.
You got it. All right, finally, Transformer track number 3. We are going to New York.
Talk to us.
50.
Yeah.
Easy to
Track
run
title.
Down. Would you still have love for me? 21. Is it 21 question?
Yeah.
It's easy to love me now. Would you love me if I was down and out?
Come on. Would you?
Still have. Hey.
Come on. Lovely.
tune. Well, I think that's 3 out of 3.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
You did really
2.5
well.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two and a half. You're an honest woman. We like that. You can catch the brand new Transformers: Rise of the Beast movie in a cinema near you. It is out now, so make sure you go and watch that.
And one more time, can we give it up, please? Dominique Fishback in the studio, everybody!
Thank you, guys. This is fun. Thank you so much.